Welcome back to my online video tutorial series. At the end of this video, you should be able to manipulate the line command to draw lines at specific length, also at specific angle, also parallel lines. You should also be able to adjust the line using length. So line is probably one of the most useful command in AutoCAD. Be that with standard AutoCAD, line is everything that we draw is pretty much generated from a line, a circle, or an arc. So to activate the line command, we can do that one of two ways. We can click on the line icon, and it's of great importance that we pay special attention to the command bar. This is very, very important. Once a command has been activated, the command bar will give information. This is vital, 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 vital. Every step of the way, you will need to watch the command bar. And it pretty much, the command bar pretty much interacts with the user. Yes. It's important to note also that you do not need to place the crosshair in the command bar. Anything that is typed goes directly into the command bar. Yes, so there are two ways in which we can activate line. We can type L, then the enter key, L, then the enter key, that activates line. And you will notice the command bar will ask you to specify the start point. Say I want to line here, I'll click my start point. Next, as I move the cross here, you will realize that that green box, the value changes. Yeah. You will also realize that lines here, I'm able to draw the line vertically or horizontally. That is enabled by this feature here. This is called the orthogonal mode. And once this is activated, it will restrict the lines to either horizontal or vertical plane. Yeah. So this is useful when you wish to draw lines which is perfectly horizontal or vertical. Say, for example, I wish to draw a horizontal line at, say, 100 millimeters. I can simply type 100, enter once to end that. If I wish to end that line, I can press enter one more time or press escape. To reactivate the line command, I can either do it one of three ways. I could click the line icon, or I could hit the space bar also, and notice the command says to specify the first point. So to end that, I could press N to end that command, escape. I could also press the enter key. The enter key also reactivates the last command, which is line. Now, I want to draw this line at my start point is here. I wish to draw this line same 100 millimeters at an angle of, say, 60 degrees. So first I enter the length for the line, which is 100, 100. Then I press the tab key. You will realize that once that is done, a box pops up here with a degree sign there. Yeah. Once that pops up, you can enter the value for the angle that you wish. In this case, I want it to be 60 degrees, so I type 60, enter 2 times. And see it here, this is the line being drawn at 60 degrees. Yeah. It is important to note that angles are measured from the zero line. So here we have 0 degrees, here 90 degrees, across here is 180, 180, 270, and back to 360, 360. It's important for us to appreciate this when we're drawing a line, yes? Because, for example, in this case, this line starts to measure from here, and it goes around in this direction up to my 60 degrees. That's basically it, all right? Something to be very mindful of, all right? We could also draw line relative to a point, yes? Relative to an existing point. How do we do that? There is a special command that is used to enable that such feature. We call that command object snap tracking. And this is something that we looked at before. All right. This is object snap tracking. And once this is active, it will allow us to draw a line relative to the end of a line or a point. All right. So say, for example, I wish to start a line, a reactivate line, and I have this existing line, but I want the line to be drawn at a certain distance from this line. Yeah. So you'll notice that there's a green broken line there as I move, and the X on this line. As I move in this direction, you'll notice the same thing happening. An X green line is formed there. Yes. If I wish to draw this line, say 50 millimeters from that point, I would simply delay or hover my mouse here, then move it slowly in this direction. Then I enter 5050, enter, and what you notice, the line starts there. Yeah. What if I wish to draw this line from that point to predetermined point? I would need to deactivate my orthogonal mode. Yes. Say, for example, I wish to draw that line to this point here. Enter. Yeah. I would need to deactivate orthogonal mode. All right. So this point is object snap tracking is very, very useful. All right. Very useful. We could also draw a line parallel to a given line. Yeah. Parallel to a given line. How do we do that? There is a special feature which is called offset. Offset. In traditional drawing, it is called parallel line. In AutoCAD, it is called offset. So to engage offsets, we can do that one of two ways. I really don't use these commands. Yeah, I really don't. All right. So this is the offset command right here. Offset command, but I seldom use it. I prefer to use the shortcut keys. So say, for example, I wish to draw a line at 50 at let's use this line 50 millimeters beside this line, or parallel to this line at 50 millimeters. I would first type O for offset, enter. Next, it will ask me to specify the offset distance. The offset distance is a distance that you want the line to be away from that line. In this case, you will notice that we have some choices. We have through, we have erase, and we have layer. We will explore those in a little bit more details later on. So I wish to draw this line at 50 millimeters away from that line. So for that, I enter 5, enter 50, enter. Then it will ask me to select the object I wish to offset. I wish to offset this object, so I click here, then I move in that direction. Yeah, and it's important to know that it will allow me to continue to offset until I press escape or close this command. Yeah. So these lines, they're all 50 millimeters apart. It's important to note also that I could also offset this figure at that distance. Also the circle at 50 millimeters apart. Now, to end this command, I would need to press escape, all right, to close that command. So here we have quite a number of lines being drawn at a distance of 50 millimeters apart, all right? So I'm creating a clutter here. I'm gonna delete some of this. So to do that, I will be using my selection, my pick box. Click there and click there, or window selection. Yeah. All right. So that is one feature for line. Now we could also. It's important to note also that we could lengthen a line by a specific amount, by a specific value. Say for example, I draw a line this length, yeah, this much, and I wish to lengthen this line to, say for example, to 100 millimeters. I would use a special command called lengthen. So I would type Len for lengthen, and it pops up here. So I click enter to accept lengthen. Now, I have four choices. I could choose between delta, percentage, total, or dynamic. Delta, what delta does, delta will allow me to add a specific amount to the existing line with each click. Percentage, this will allow me to add a percentage of the total length of this line with each click. Total. Total will allow me to change the length of this line to a total length. So for example, I wish to change this line from whatever it is to 100 millimeters. I want a total length. For that, I click T. I could type T, enter, or click total. Now, you will realize that the command bar has changed. Here it asks me to enter, specify the total length for this line. And in this case, I want my total length to be 100. I type 100, enter. Yeah. Next, it will ask me to select the object that I wish to lengthen. Something which you must be mindful of here is that the side that we choose will determine where line is extended from. If I choose this end, it will extend on this side. If I choose the other end, it will extend at the other end. So let's click here, and it is lengthened by that. All right, escape. So this line has now changed from what the length used to be to this new length. All right. Now, let's hit spacebar to reactivate the last command. Let us choose delta. Delta. Remember what delta does? Delta allows the line to be lengthened by a specific amount each time. Say for example, let me engage delta. Type D, enter, or click delta. It will ask me to specify, enter the delta length. In this case, I want this line to be lengthened by 20 millimeters. So I type 20, enter. Next, once I bring this over there, you will realize, see, the length has changed, and the blue indicates the perspective changes before I click. So if I wish to accept that changes, I will click. So as I move my pick box over to the other end, you'll realize that same thing. So I click once, click one more time, click again, and you will realize that this line keeps on increasing with each click. So as I click, it increases by the distance that I choose. Escape. Right. So that's pretty much that for delta. Dynamic is somewhat settled pretty much the same way. except that with dynamic, you're allowed to use the crosshair to pull the line along the length. So here, I hit spacebar to reactivate the last command, which is lengthen. Now, let me click on dynamic. Yeah, it will ask me to select object. I click here, and what you see here is that as I move the crosshair, the line changes length. The line moves with the crosshair. Yeah, so that's the benefit of delta. And I enter to end that command. All right. So that is pretty much it for line. And of course, there are a lot of other manipulations that can be or say modifications that can be done online. Yeah. So far we looked at drawing a line at a specific length. Yes. We looked at drawing a line using the orthogonal mode, where the orthogonal mode allows line to be drawn either in the vertical at 90 degrees or 0 degrees. All right. We also looked at drawing a line at a specific angle and a specific length. And to do that, we first we would enter the starting point. Then for the second point, we would enter the length that we want the line to be, and the length, then press the tab key, then enter the angle that we want the line to be inclined at. All right. And of course, last of that, we looked at dynamic function. All right. So that is pretty much it for this video.